Hey guys, coming back to you guys live with another training. So I wanted to talk today about samples and Happy Mail. I know that a lot of you are new, and so I feel like going back to the basics and showing you some of how I work my business is probably going to be the absolute best thing I can do to help you kind of figure out when you hear me say this is my newsletter or this is a crinkle cutter or whatever. So today we're going to talk about what I use to make samples. And I'm going to say this above and beyond anything else. Use what you have on hand. And you're about to see that like literally firsthand. Um, One of the things that I chose to invest in, I did not invest in this right away. I probably was a solid year in before I decided to invest in a label maker. But I think it hit like maybe a Black Friday sale or something like that. And I think I picked it up for $80 off of Amazon. And I now have two of them. The first one I use just for mailing packages. I use Pirate Ship. I've still, to this day, I feel like they're probably the least expensive, definitely less expensive than going straight to the post office with your package. I use a regular kitchen scale to weigh everything. And then I buy the 4x6 label paper and print it. So that one is over there. It was called a Munbin, Muynbn. I'm not sure. But then later, and if you're in our team page, there's an Amazon list. When you see the pink one, which is the one I have here, I don't remember what brand name it is, but I like it way better. It's easier to use and it doesn't seem to waste paper or labels like the Munbin does. So right now I'm preparing my newsletter that will actually be my February newsletter and my samples because I attach them to it. So my newsletter is actually printing. So this is just one that's on regular paper. But this is what it looks like. It just has the scent and warmer of the month at the very top. Then it also has the St. Patrick's Day collection because that's going to be launching next month. It also talks about everything being 10% off. And then lastly, this part down here is saying farewell to some favorites and talking about adding your wax bars at minimum to Scentsy Club so that you don't lose them. To tell you right now, I didn't make this. There are lots of leaders that post their stuff. I think the Canva Scentsy Boss Babes has it. I don't remember exactly who shared this one. Had been working on another one, and I saw this one, and I was like, "Oh, that one's way better than mine." So use what other people are sharing. If you feel like creating your own and you have the time to do it, then definitely create your own. Most of the time, I try to create my own, but I'm running out of time this month, and I usually try really hard to send my newsletter out by the 25th of the month so that they're going to get it around the 1st. That gives it 5 days, hit or miss. Today is the 22nd. I may even have these in the mail today. If not, I'll definitely have them in the mail by tomorrow. So this is page 1. Page 2 goes into a little bit more detail, and it says basically a new spring summer catalog is coming out. Over here, it's talking about the charitable cause warmer and saying if you want to get in on that, get on it now because it's about to leave. Then over here is some of the changes that are coming with next catalog season. It's talking about price increase. The stuff that down here is the stuff that's leaving. It's very, very, very important that you let your customers know. But again, if you hear any negativity about it, how you handle it is going to be how it's going to be perceived. So I'm going to put it in my newsletter. I want everybody to know. A couple reasons for that. One, because next month, most everything is going to be 10% off. Clearly, these items that are leaving are going to be 10% off, maybe even more. So it gives them a chance to stock up before they can't get it anymore, because I think bricks are going to be big. I think the fact that we're not going to continue with bricks, we may have them as LTOs, but I think that's going to be big. I think a lot of people have them in their Scentsy club, and I just think that that's going to be something that's going to hit. Then this next section down here is asking about having a scent shop with me. It can be online, it can be in person. I'm going to tell you right now, my online events have been struggling. I am on Struggle Street all the way. So I'm really hoping to pick up either some cupcakes and catalogs, some pouch parties, or preferably some in-home events, because I really think that's where it's at. And then down at the bottom, it just says Let's Connect. So I am printing page 1 now. When I'm done with page 1, and I'm printing 75 of them, and I'm going to tell you about that number in just a minute. But when I'm done printing page 1, I'm going to flip them over opposite way in my printer and print page 2. So it will be front and back when it's all said and done. This is on plain paper. I do step up my paper. I used to order from Canva, and Canva is super fast about shipping, but it's still most cost effective to do it yourself. I do know that time is money. I know that better than a lot of people, especially in January. But it's still cost effective, and I'm trying to cut some cost because mailing it, and in general, is expensive. So what I will do when they are done printing, let me fold this one so I can make it look like it's right. It'll be folded like this. And then I will attach the sample probably right here next to February, or maybe right under, somewhere down in this area. But either way, I'm going to staple the sample of next month's scent of the month, which is Shamrock Splash, directly to this newsletter, throw it in a number 10 envelope, and it will mail for 1 stamp. Now, I also have, let me not run over these because this is a pretty long thing, and we're going to go over that in a minute. So I also have all of these that I need to put labels on, but this is last month's scent, or the current month that we're in now, because we're in January. But this is this month's scent of the month. So here's how I do my happy mail. And again, you do what works for you. If mailing is not even an option right now, send it out digitally. Do you know that you can go right in your workstation? You can click on all your customers and you can send them an email just like that. So it doesn't have to cost you a penny. You can still create this newsletter and send it to your people. And I'm going to tell you, my people love them. Usually on the back side, I try to add some more personal stuff, like with the grandbabies or something. But time is just in a crunch right now, and I didn't have time to rewrite it and redo it. So it's going out just like this. So now we're going to talk about samples. So, and I'm going to emphasize this again, use what you have. So a couple months ago, 2 months ago, I think it was, I ran out of the normal size bag. This is the normal size bag. Let me get it closer. My light is messing y'all up. So this is the normal size bag, which I think is 1.5 by 2.5, maybe something like that. This is the normal size bag that I use. I ran out, and so I had to go to Walmart and I had to get what I could get. And so Walmart had these bags, which are half the size. So let me show them to you. So if you see this bag and this bag, let me figure out how to get y'all in the camera. There we go. So this one is actually 2 bags. You pull it apart and it becomes 2. I have 100 of these and I want to get rid of them, and I can get rid of 75 of them right here, right now. So normally I make my label all cute and stuff. Let's see if I can get it in there enough for y'all to see. Oh, it's upside down. I'm sorry. So normally I make my label all cute. I try to add the little gnome and everything. This time I have condensed my label down into, y'all, my nails look so bad. I'm so sorry. I have condensed it down into the smaller. And what I'm going to do is peel this baby right off. Ooh, that was sticking. It had some static. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. And then I'm just going to fold the sides over because that's just what I need to do today. So now they're going to look like this for this month only till I use these up. But it still gets them all of the information they need. And it's as simple as that. Now, I forgot to bring something over here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Again, in that Amazon link, you will see a link to some felt rounds. Okay. I think I use the 1.5 ones. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. Anyway, this is what they look like when I'm done. They come clear or white. And then I literally just melt the wax, and I'm going to attach a video to this for the training day that's going to show you exactly how I made these samples, because this is the most cost-effective way. I think you get a bag of 2,000 of these for I don't even know what. I can tell you I put 5 cubes of wax in my warmer, let it melt down. I took 75 of these rounds all at the same time, stuck them all in there, rolled them around to make sure they were good and saturated, and then pulled them out with my fingers because it doesn't burn you. Our wax doesn't get hot. That's why we have special bulbs. So, I mean, it gets hot, but not hot enough to burn you. So I pull them out with my fingers, and then I just have a piece of parchment paper, and I lay them out on the parchment paper. Easy breezy, lemon peasy. So they look like that. Okay. And I separate them so that they don't stick together. So now we've talked about these. So I'm going to give you guys a couple options right after I move these out of the way so that I don't end up with them all in my lap. So where did my little, here we go. So now I'm just going to open my bag. I'm going to throw my cute little felt sample in there. I'm going to zip it up, and then I'm going to attach this right to my newsletter. Whoops, wrong way. Just like that. So it's going to just literally be attached. They can pull it off. So let's talk about felt samples for a second. This is definitely the cheapest way, is to get these little rounds off of Amazon. They are really inexpensive, and I buy like 2,000 at a time, I think. And the reason that I've decided to have this training today is because we're getting ready to come into a new season where we're going to have 10 brand new scents that nobody has ever smelled before. This is the way to go if you want to get the scent under their nose and you can afford to do it. The reason I say that is because they can literally, guys, to do 75, I put 5 cubes in there. I could have got away with 3 cubes, and because I still have a full, but I like the smell, so I wanted more. But if you're doing 10 scents, do them bulk, do them all at the same time, put them on a double boiler on your stove, make your samples, lay them out, bag them, tag them. If you can get a friend to come over and do them with you, which is what I usually do. My girl Linda usually comes over and just helps, and we just make a day of it, and we have lunch or whatever. It's just super easy. The great thing about these felt samples is that they can put them right in their warmer, and I tell them that. I tell them you can put this right in your warmer, put it in a bathroom, somewhere small, a small room, and they're going to get the full scent throw for a couple of hours. It's not going to last very long, but it gives them a true depiction of what that scent is going to smell like. Okay. Now we're going to talk about a couple other things real quick. The consultant store has felt samples that you can purchase. I think there's $6 for this shape, $6 for 100, something like that. And normally, if I'm not doing 75, if I'm just doing a regular wax bar, I can get 30 samples out of one wax bar. But these are just super cute. They say Scentsy on them. They're shaped like a little bar. So if I'm just doing a bar, like something comes out and I just want to make samples, this is what I'm going to do. And I would get 30 out of that bar. Now, these are used up a lot, but they also have cute ones. Like this is the winter ones. It had a little Christmas tree, a snowflake, and a snowman, I think. They also have spring and summer. So you get what looks like a little flower, maybe a sunflower, some ice cream, and butterfly and clouds. And then they also have fall and winter ones. These have a leaf, a pumpkin, an acorn, and I think that's it. These are $6.25 in the consultant store, I think. But be looking out for them because a lot of times if they have a bunch left over, they will offer them at a sale price, and I stock up for the following season. I know you guys hear me say this all the time, but it's true. It's what I do. If I go in there right now and I see that they have the winter ones on sale because winter's coming to an end, I'm going to buy like 5 or 6 of them because they might mark them down to $3, and then it's worth it. And then I know I have them for next season. So I do, when we have our winter collection or our holiday collection, I try really hard to use these because I just think they're cuter. They're a little bit better quality. They're actually a whole lot better quality than these little small round ones that I'm telling you about. But I wanted to talk to you guys and show you those. Okay, another option is you can use a crinkle cutter. I know you guys are familiar with Pampered Chef. If you buy their little cutters like this, I think you get 3 of them for dirt cheap. I think I actually got these free. It was like one of those, things where you order enough, you get a free gift. But what I like about them is that they're bendable, so it's super easy. The crinkle cutter I got on Amazon, I think for $9, something like that. It was very inexpensive. Again, if I'm doing a wax bar, I can get 30 samples that look like this. Okay. I don't ever give anyone a whole cube unless they're like my really good friend, then I might, or family, or if I just don't like the scent and I have it left over. But this is what the crinkle cutter is going to look like. This is a more substantial sample. So when they get these from me, they are like, "Whoo, that's awesome. I like that one." Because again, it's a piece of wax. They can throw it right in there. They're going to know exactly what it's like. These are much harder in the summertime, though, which is why I have almost exclusively gone to the felt samples, because once you get people adjusted to this, they get kind of spoiled to it and they really like it. But in the summertime, it's going to melt in the envelope. It's just not going to do very well for them. Okay, what else? I was going to show you a bar. So if I am doing these, let me get this bar out of here. Well, let me not. Okay, so if I'm doing these, the way I cut is for each of these 2 rows, I'm going to get 3. So I would take my crinkle cutter and I would go straight across there and get 2 cuts there, 2 cuts there, and then only 1 cut in the middle of those. That will give you 30 samples. Now, I think I still do 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, I'm missing it somewhere, but somehow I cut them and I get 30. And the reason that I got 30 was because that's what our labels used to be. If you're printing on Avery labels. So we've talked about that. I meant to say that when I was talking about my labels. You can use the Avery labels and print them right in your printer. You can handwrite on them too. Okay, so if you don't have a printer, it's okay. You can still get the label stock. I don't use Avery because they're more pricey. I think I use it's called Online Labels. You can get a ton of the 30 per sheet. And you can handwrite them if that's what you need to do, or you can print them through your printer. Either way, it's a label. It tells them. I always, and this one is smudged, but it has my phone number on it. Always make sure that your contact information is on here, because if they go, "Ooh, that's terrible," they hand it to somebody else, then at least that person knows how to contact you. Okay. Lastly, if for some reason none of this is an option for you and money is that tight, you can get the scented stickers. If I were using the scented stickers, I would do the same thing. I would put it right. I would just stick it on here somewhere, like, I don't know, maybe like right over top of where that wax bar is. I would put the sticker right there, because the sticker actually has the name of the bar on it. So that's definitely what I would do. Okay, now I've told you everything I think you need to know about samples. So now we're going to talk about the reason that I do the newsletter in the first place and how I do it. What I do, and my people have come to know this over time, And sometimes I write it on there as well, just as a reminder. Anyone that placed an order with me in January will get the newsletter, a sample of the Shamrock Splash. This is not the Shamrock Splash, but they're going to get a newsletter, a sample of Shamrock Splash, and a scent circle of Candy Orchard, which is January scent, because I can get it cheaper. And I always use my half off or my free hostess rewards to get those. I usually end up having about 30 of those. So I buy 36 every month using my rewards. January was awesome because it was the double half off reward month. Got them babies like that. Excuse me, like that. So that's one thing that I do. Then from that point, anyone that has ordered in the last 3 months at all is going to get a newsletter and a sample. I call it my happy mail. They've come to appreciate it. They've come to know it. Sometimes I will put a label that I made again with my label maker, but you could do it with Avery. You can do it with whatever you have available that just says you're getting this happy mail, or something like, did you know that every time you place an order with me, you're guaranteed to get this happy mail for the next 3 months. It just gives them that gentle reminder that if they are a repeat customer, they're going to keep getting this. Most of the people that are getting my newsletter get them every month because of that 3 months. Now, they don't all get a scent circle, but if they ordered from me the month before, and the reason I do 3 months is because you may have somebody that is just a Scentsy Club person, and a Scentsy Club would ship either monthly, bi-monthly, or quarterly, which is every 3 months. So that's kind of the gist of how I do Happy Mail, why I do Happy Mail, and to give you an idea of the different ways that you can sample out wax. Obviously, if you're using a brick, which, we may not have that moving forward at all anymore. I don't know. None of us know. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there to let you know that that's how I do it and why I do it. And hopefully this gives you some way of going, oh, okay, I can do that. That's easy. Because again, this can all be handwritten. It does not have to be pretty. It does not have to have a pink label or a green label or a blue label or a purple label. It can be whatever. It doesn't have to have a gnome on it or shamrock on it. It can be your handwriting that says Shamrock Splash Wax Sample, Becky Combs, your phone number. Well, it wouldn't say Becky Combs because yours would say your name, but you get what I'm saying. So I hope this has been helpful. This will be the Tuesday training that will happen on Tuesday. It'll be on my YouTube channel before then, but this will actually hit you guys on Tuesday, January 30th. So happy Monday today. And that's all I got for you guys. I hope that this has been helpful for you. You guys have a great day.